our news at 5:30. It's been less than 45 days since President Trump took office, and there's a lot to talk about, especially in Metro Detroit, where diversity plays a huge role. We are so glad you're with us. I'm Simon Shakett.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. Tonight, all eyes will be on President Trump as he addresses Congress. But first, we want to put a spotlight on 3 individuals who played roles in the abandoned Biden campaign. We know the vote was divided in Dearborn, but do some people regret that choice?
Our Faraz Javed is diving into some of those tough topics and talking to people who played pivotal roles in some of your decisions.
A lot of people are discussing about Trump's policies so far and even wondering what people in Dearborn, Michigan think about Trump's second term, the home of initiatives like Abandon Biden, the Uncommitted campaign, and Listen to Michigan, some of the many movements people think may have helped Trump win back the White House.
American Amer Zahr is big on stand-up comedy.
Dearborn, the Arab Disneyland.
But even more passionate when it comes to standing up for his Palestinian roots.
We Arab Americans did not vote for the party that funded, enabled, and cheerleaded our genocide.
Last year, Amer was heavily involved in the Abandon Biden campaign, while Joshua Feinstein, a former Zionist, and Mikhail Goodman played key roles in the uncommitted movement. None of them voted for Trump.
Was Gaza the only important topic for you?
Absolutely not.
Gaza now was the biggest issue in the election. It is what made Biden drop out, and it's the reason that Harris lost.
You're not Arab, you're not Muslim. Why was this important for you?
So for me, the boundary of I'm only helping them because they look like me is something that I've just never done, because it's a collective struggle. Martin Luther King has said that. Malcolm X has said that.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
In January, Trump was sworn in for a second term.
So far, with all the policies rolled out by Trump, how do you feel about it?
They're absolutely horrendous. We knew that once he got in office, he would start attacking marginalized groups through the dismantling of DEI programs. We're seeing mass firings at the FAA, local and state governments be threatened for supporting Black and brown working class people.
Based on some of the things President Trump has said about Gaza, about Palestine, about Middle East, does that sit well with you?
No, I'm not worried about Trump ethnically cleansing 2 million Palestinians from Gaza. What we have seen is that, for instance, 2 major recipients of U.S. aid, Egypt and Jordan, have stood up and said this is not going to happen. Even Saudi Arabia, who's very cozy with the United States and was talking about normalizing with Israel, has gotten up and said this is not going to happen. So there might be a silver lining to all of this.
Him being a wild card and it having a knock-on effect of stopping the bombing as a byproduct, I realize it's a temporary relief.
Many uncommitted voters believe that the current ceasefire deal came to fruition with Trump winning back the White House.
I also realize that Trump being in office will create a spike, as it is, of extreme uncertainty.
And that's okay with you?
What was not okay with me is, again, seeing my friends and family being bombed every day, seeing innocent people being killed. But I think when you look at the community here in Michigan, we'd rather someone kind of come at us and stab us in the chest rather than tell us they're our friend and keep on stabbing us in the back.
No one wanted to see Trump win. People wanted to see change happen.
How do you respond when people say it is the uncommitted movement that helped get Trump back into the office?
Statistically, data-wise, it's not the uncommitted that moved the needle.
If you were looking to punish the Democrats and make sure they didn't win the White House, which was the best way to show our power, then voting for Trump was the best way to punish them.
In Dearborn, I'm Faraz Javed, 7 News Detroit.
Thank you.